So once you have your catalog, once you have your library populated, if you click on a model, you can come down here. You can enter the source. So this can be anything. I bet. So the initial idea for source was, where did you get this from? This could be as simple as just putting something like things in there, or you could put the entire URL in there. Eventually, the idea is that if you put the URL in there, you'll be able to click this and it'll actually fetch the details from that model's page and pull in the designer, the parent model, and the license. This right now works for things. It'll pull in the designer and the parent model. Um, if you come in here and put in the URL for the model, you can click that and it'll populate those two. I'm working on getting Maker World and Printables and um, some of the other sites in there. Unfortunately, because of the fact that there's tons of bots out there that are just going and scraping down all of the 3D print files they can find to put into those scammy, um, 1,000 STLs for $10 scams that you see on Facebook. Most of the sites now are implementing anti-bot technology. So it's making it a little bit more difficult to be able to scrape that information. Things is easy because they actually put it in the URL. Um, but I'm working with I've got a ticket in with Maker World. They're supposed to be working on some sort of API that you can actually officially access to get model details. And likewise, I've reached out to Printables and I haven't heard back anything. But ideally, it'd be a lot easier to just be able to say, hey, here's the URL. Give me back the model name, the designer, and the licensing information without having to do a bunch of web scraping. So that's another thing that's kind of on the roadmap. Um, Coming down here, you can pick the designer. There's been a lot of questions of what is parent model. The idea behind parent model is a lot of times you'll have multiple pieces, and those multiple pieces will make up a model. So the parent model would be that overall model. So in this case, it's the Rancher 4x4, and that's what makes up all of these different pieces in here. But that just gives you a way of logically grouping those particular models together for those multi-part designs that are out there. License, you can define this with whatever you want. I usually do commercial/non-commercial is how I had my catalog inventoried on my other computer. So I can see, okay, which ones do I have commercial license for? You can go as deep as you want as far as defining those. You just simply click plus and add a new one. And then tagging, this is the ability to just add any tags you want to, again, further organize your catalog. Tags can be anything. And we can actually use AI to generate those tags as well, which we'll look at in a minute, to help you sort out the library even easier. But any of these, so the designer, the parent model, the license, the tags, by default are going to be completely empty. And to add new ones, you simply click on it, you click the plus, put in the designer name, so designer, click add, and now you have a new designer in your list that you can select from, and you can go through it and set those on the particular models that you want to set it for. Same thing for parent model, same thing for the license and the tags. Printed allows you to just simply select it if it's been printed or not. Path, this is just the file path. You can click this button here and it'll actually take you to the folder that's in, which is nice, but we'll also look at the right-click context too, which can take you directly to the model itself. Now this is all just doing it one-off. So if I just click it, you can see I'm in model details. This is basically what I call single model design, single model editor. But if I want to do multiple models at once, I can come in and do multi-edit mode. And in here, I can now select multiple models and I can edit them in bulk. So if I want to like edit all of these, and I want to, again, pick a particular parent model, or I want to assign it a specific designer. If I want to add new ones, I can add new ones there. And I can add new tags at a bulk level too. You can select all visible. So if you go up at the top, and one of the questions I get a lot is, okay, I have all of my models from a particular designer in a folder, and maybe that folder has subfolders inside of it. So what I did in my other one is I kept all of my built over bot models in a folder because I have commercial rights to those and I wanted to keep track of them. So what I did is when I imported the library, I did a search for BOB. It brought me back all of my built overbought models, and I went in there and I was able to select all, and I was able to just set the designer for that. So really easy to go in there and start getting your library organized if you have a good folder structure, because again, that search feature can search any of the folders that are in the, or any of the text that's in those folders that are in the file path as well, or the file name.